over there and talking about this Marvels movie. You went and saw it. I saw it premiere. I think I saw it the premiere day. I didn't get to see it in the IMAX
Thursday.
Because I couldn't make it in time. Couldn't make it in time. But this movie was basically Carol having to deal with the repercussions because Carol was the Annihilator, right? Carol, when she left in '95, I guess it's kind of messed up what she did to Fury, man. Right? Like when you think about Secret Invasion, when he ultimately, beyond it being good or not, right? We already talked about that so much. But the storyline of Secret Invasion, right? Even though none of this had to deal with any of it,
not really,
right? But the storyline of Secret Invasion, and we remember in 1990 when they flash back to 1997, and Fury had to find these people jobs, right? Because they had promised them a home, and he tried to make the best of a situation, but also him getting some gain out of it, where he made them undercover operatives, right? Hey, take on anybody like this, go get information. Let's try.
He saw opportunity. Yeah,
he used that as an opportunity, because he knew in his heart of heart he wasn't getting them nowhere at that time. Nah. He knew it was over, and he was holding on, and so he gave them purpose. It helped him out, and it misdirected them this entire time because Carol left and wasn't thinking about getting nobody to know they're not a home.
That wasn't even on her mind. He dropped them off on that asteroid and was like, I got business. I got stuff. I got shit I gotta do. You know what I mean? Hey, figure this out. You know, this y'all smart. Where's your science guy at?
Where's your science guy?
Figure this out.
It's kind of messed up that Fury had to deal with that. Because Carol was getting them a home. Fury had no chance of getting them a home. Because the technology wasn't there in the first place.
He has no powers. Nothing. He can't travel in space without. He had no shot. No shot.
And he had to deal with all the anger from everybody. Right? He had to deal with the repercussions. Carol ain't have to deal with none of that. Yeah. Because you know what Carol went to go do? Send Hala into a civil war because she done destroyed the Supreme Intelligence and left everybody after that.
Oh man.
Well, I spent the rest of that 31 Civil War. I tried to fix it, but that whole thing that was the Secret Invasion and the show that she didn't show up on, so that's kind of a failure. I know, big star, she's in the movie and all that. She could have been in that show to have to look, I'm sorry, Nick ain't having to do with that. Y'all be mad at me.
Yeah, a speech should have been
Be mad at
least
me.
at the end,
She didn't have to fight. She had to do nothing. She could have just went off the hologram, all the holonet, the Star Wars, but she could have talked over that, right? And been like, yo, that's me. I'm sorry, man. My bad. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me.
About that, yeah.
I knew what I was going to do. And she just flew through the damn planet.
Yeah.
Oh, girl had the bob and everything. What was her name? What was it? Darbin? Darbin had the young bob. She just got her hair done. She was walking through the aisle.
Man, boy,
and Carol was destroying the building. She didn't, man. Carol didn't care
how the girl yet.
The building died. She didn't even have her paw wall.
She had a grill in her mouth. Yeah, she was. But you're right. She did have her hair done. Hair was dead. She walking through having a good day. Got her little. What's the outfit called? Cause like the original one that Captain Marvel had. Damn.
Oh yeah.
I can't even think of the name
and everything. He was ahead of their time when it came to that.
Yeah, but you're right, man.
One thing I didn't. Bombay, I ain't mean to cut you.
Nah, go ahead. What you saying?
So one thing I get in, so we basically did in this movie what happens, and it happens throughout the movie. Is kind of the gist of it is that I think I could remember this was the cause of it, but it seemed like once at the beginning of the movie we got Darbin. She's looking for that basically the other band that this was like one of the first movie. This was like the first movie for real. Yeah. The mega band. This was quantum. They call them quantum bands, but if you know it's the mega bands, right?
Right.
This was like the first movie. So to start off, this was like the first movie that was one of the ones. Is it that you had to? It was prerequisite that you see. I guess Multiverse of Madness was kind of like that because of Wanda. So let's say that, but like in the totality of a movie, you needed to see the other stuff, and I think we've gone on about that. Like people, I feel like we gotta. Yeah, of course. If you're watching the Marvel, it's known now that you gotta watch everything before you. It's Kamala, and then Kamala has her own post credit, mid credit, even though it's at the end of the movie. But she does the Nick Fury, and which we said early. We got a clip about that.
We could pull that video up.
Talk me. We got a clip.
We was early. You know what I mean?
I don't know what we seen, but we was like, look,
you knew what was up.
This ain't about that. And that's all I need is clarity.
Yeah, that's it.
She did her Nick Fury thing. When you go recruit
name drop
because that's all
Ant-Man's daughter.
You needed to go. Hawkeye, you needed to watch because she went and recruited Kate Bishop, and they about to get that going.
Ooh, but hold on. So, because
they starting the Young Avengers. A lot of things happen, right? And
I was like, how's this the same guy that was in Secret Invasion, right? Like, we know that. The thing with Carol, right? So this is why I like about what they did with Carol, and this is why I think it was ultimately better than the first movie, is because they actually deal with her what she did this time, because they really didn't deal with that when she did to the Skrulls. They never dealt with that. They never dealt with the fact that, hey, you was a double A, like you was killing Skrulls.
Oh, you got bodies.
Yeah, you got bodies.
You got
Skrull bodies, and you really ain't dealing with that. Like, nobody's called you. You know what I mean? It wasn't no fallout from that emotionally, right? She kind of just moved on and was like, "Oh, I'll save y'all now. Cool, whatever." And that's when she actually had to deal with the fact that she had basically destabilized everything in Holla by taking out the Supreme Intelligence. She had to deal with the fallout of that, right? The baggage of that comes with that. And she had to deal with, but they didn't lean into it enough, the situation with Rambo. But with that said, though, I'm going to tell you the most messed up part about this movie, though. And I'm talking about the story. I'm talking about in world, right? The part where I just was like, man. Where I was I already look, hold on. Do you realize what, bro? I'm starting to think that the Skrulls is a metaphor for somebody, man. You realize what they did to the Skrulls in this movie, man?
Listen,
bro. The Skrulls had that little sect, or that little whatever that was. That group had a little. They ain't even have a world. They had an asteroid with an atmosphere.
Yes,
they was living. They was good, bro.
It was good.
They was good. Wasn't that war? Wasn't no terrorists. Wasn't none of no terrorism going on. Wasn't none of that. People was living. Kids was there. When old girl came in and stole their atmosphere, and then Carol's resolution was to then send them with the Asgardians. And I'm like, where do they think they going? Because new Asgardians is on Earth. So, like, wait a minute. The president just ordered. Oh. The president just made an order to kill aliens on sight, basically, right? So now you sending these. They basically.
That's actually a plot problem. Like, people not talking.
We know it is. Yeah, we know it is.
Somebody, right? Kevin had to tell them, like, we can't send them there. Yeah, they about to get bodied if they go there. Meaning, like somebody got to tell them that they can't send
You can't send them there. You couldn't really listen.
If you send them there, you send them to probably almost a worse problem than where they at now.
Yes. Even if the president didn't make the order, you just sending them to Earth where where a million other Skrulls is at. So just like Carol, man, like that was crazy to me. That was wild to me, man. It's like, wait a minute, hold on, Captain Marvel. You didn't say you're not safe. You're not doing them no favors. Because if that was the case, why didn't Valkyrie let the other Skrulls live with her on New Asgardia?
Asgardia. You can have them all there.
Yeah, you might as well take them all. Won't y'all need to make a coalition now? Because technically y'all aliens too. So plot problems. The president making that order, they gonna probably come after y'all now.
That's what I thought Thor. The Thor movie was gonna be about. That's supposed to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that new Asgard is a problem, right?
Yeah. It's a separate.
They got a lot of threads going on, man. You're right, man. Because you think of and then like kind of circle back to that whole scene. Before she started taking their atmosphere, they was having a treaty, and Carol messed that up.
Yeah. Carol jacked that up, bro.
They was about to
because they had a treaty, right? Like the agreement was what, like
we ain't gonna have no problem. You here, and then we gonna have a settlement for us. Yeah, because they can't live on Holler no more. Yeah, if I remember it correctly, they couldn't live on Holler because they was losing their air. This atmosphere worked for the Kree, and the treaty was that Kree was gonna have a settlement there, but they weren't gonna have no conflict. We good. Wow. But then Carol show up, calls ruckus. Okay, all bets is off. Oh, you doing this because Carol had always was doing that for the Kree. Oh, and she done destroyed their planet, right? So you know what I'm gonna do? Fall wall, baby. I'm gonna go take this atmosphere.
Just go ahead and take the atmosphere.
I'm gonna take the air.
And it worked too. Like it saved the people. Like it actually works. And it's like, damn, bro. So these Skrulls gotta resettle again. And it ain't like that shit. The stuff with the first Captain Marvel movie happened yesterday, bro. They have been living there for 40 years. Like 30 years.
30 years. But dude called around on that one. Like, hey, we got this. Like, you ain't did nothing for us. That's what Fury called all almost that smoke, years. Man.
Yeah, like.
Hey, Graphic and all them, man. Yeah, you had misdirected anger, man.
Yeah.
It was at the wrong person. You should have got your weight up so you can go up there.
Exactly. You took it out on the person you that was available, who was on planet, whose feet was on the ground. You know what I mean? But it really,
you got used by him, what you did.
Yeah. Again, but this is a missed opportunity because they really don't deal with that enough. They deal with what she did to Holler, but they don't really deal with the fact that like you kind of screwed the Skrulls over too. And Rambo.
This whole thing that they got going on, there's a whole Skrull thing going on. She went to that planet, had the treaty. The leader dude was like, yo, we had a treaty. You messed that up, and you kind of been messing us up for 30 years. He threw the line out. He was the one that said something about 30 years, if I recall. Like, yo, we've been out here for 30 years without our own land.
Oh, man.
You were supposed to get us one, but you didn't. So we made the best of a situation, right? So like there's a lot of stuff that ain't gonna get dealt with, but didn't get dealt with in terms of that. That was a whole storyline that should have been the Skrull stuff. Skrull, Kree, and Carol should have been its own thing. Bunch of like whether it was a TV show / movie, one shot kind of pocket thing that especially if these shows and movies are not gonna talk, they just talk, right? Again, like the movie, but in terms of like some of that stuff that could have been fleshed out leading into some of it, because like you say, that Supreme Intelligence stuff should have been a series or a movie. Her causing a civil war with the Kree.
The fact that we don't even get to meet the Supreme Intelligence outside of the Captain Marvel movie, but we don't see the
what we know is the Supreme Intelligence.
Yeah, we don't really get that's the fact that she was killed. The Supreme Intelligence was killed off screen, and that was wow. But
she just flew through.
Oh man!
And she was on that shit when she did that, bro.
Yeah.
Like she looked like a villain, bro.
Annihilator.
She had the helmet on. She had the helmet situation on. Like she flew through. You know, she got that look like she's looking at the catcher and trying to know what pitch it is. Like, you know, she always do that on the mound look.
Yeah.
And she about to go. She got her fist balled up, and she
man,
Carol problem, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's what it always kind of come down to. Where it's like she's just gonna be a villain one day. Like you just don't know. I think she eventually do in the comics, but
she seemed like she needs to be as much power as she got, man.
But you made a good point, man.
That's I rambled.
You made a bunch of good points.
That's I rambled.
Nah, you good. But no, you did. But you brought up something, man. You mentioned something was how do they deal with this going forward with these like shows and stuff? And I think let's go back to Kamala, right? You said Kamala's kind of like a Nick Fury. I got a prediction about that. So we were early on the Young Avengers, but here's the thing. If we can continue on with our predictions on that, here's my prediction. I don't think the Young Avengers ever see a big screen.
Okay.
I got yeah, because you brought up something. You was like, man, you gotta watch Hawkeye and you gotta watch Ms. Marvel, and you know what I mean? Like, damn, two of those you gotta be on Disney Plus, bro.
Yeah,
like if you
seen WandaVision kids,
yeah, exactly.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
A lot of this got to be on Disney Plus. They was gonna come out with an Ironheart show, bro. I think the Ironheart show gets scrapped. I think they probably bring back that character, and I think we get the Young Avengers on Disney Plus. It's no way. I just don't see any way that they would really think that they can pull off a movie with the Young Avengers.
Remember in that scene when they was praying, when my man was doing the Islamic prayer, and they was like, "Man, what you back there doing praying?" He was like, and he stopped. Hey man, keep going.
That was funny, man. Don't stop.
I guarantee you, Sam had more fun on that than he did on his own show, man.
They had to, man. I mean,
they should have let him be. They should have let him be Fury. He wasn't Fury. Don't get me wrong, but it was the same guy that was in Secret Invasion.
Man, again,
and they should have let him. He was beat down. This dude had a clean shave. You know what I'm saying? They should have let him end up. He didn't get the chance to be that, man.